Have you ever noticed how two people can witness the exact same event? Maybe a political debate, a piece of art, or even just a simple interaction on the street, and walk away with completely different conclusions?
And we'll get into the big question. If objective reality is the same for all of us, why isn't our understanding of it? It seems like it should be simple, but it's one of the most complex parts of being human.
So let's start simple then. Is perception the same as reality?
That's a great question. And the short answer is no, not really. Reality is the raw, unfiltered data of the world. It's what exists independent of us. Perception, on the other hand, is how our brain interprets that data. Think of it like a personalized lens that you can never take off. It filters absolutely everything.
A personalized lens. So two people aren't reacting to the world itself, but to their own internal interpretation of it.
Exactly. Our brain is a meaning-making machine. It's constantly trying to make sense of things by filling in the gaps. And it fills those gaps using our past experiences, our emotions, and our expectations.
That makes sense.
That's why eyewitness accounts in court can be so wildly different. One person focuses on the getaway car, another on what someone was wearing. Their brains prioritized different information.
Which is kind of scary, right? Because it means that being confident about what you saw doesn't actually equal being accurate.
Confidence is a feeling, not a fact, and our personal experiences are probably the biggest factor in shaping that lens. Your childhood, your culture, trauma, success, failure, everything you've ever gone through leaves a mark.
So, if someone grows up feeling safe and supported, they may see the world as generally full of opportunity. So, over time, our worldview just hardens. We're not just seeing reality anymore, we're defending our version of it.
Here's where it gets interesting, though. Some truths are objective, like math, physics, verifiable facts. They exist outside our perception.
Right, but most of the truths we deal with every day are personal.
Exactly. What's fair, what's offensive, what defines success, what makes a life meaningful, those depend heavily on your personal perspective and values.
Which explains why arguments about politics or ethics can feel so impossible. People aren't just debating facts, they're defending their identity.
When you tell someone their belief is wrong, what they hear is that they are wrong or that their life experience is invalid. The natural response is to get defensive.
So, how do we see more clearly? How do we get a less distorted view?
Well, we can't ever get a perfectly objective view, but we can become more aware of our lens.
I'd say the first step is choosing curiosity over certainty.
Yes, that's beautifully put. Asking what experiences could have led them to this conclusion instead of just asking why are they so wrong.
And it's so important to realize that understanding someone doesn't mean you have to agree with them.
Not at all. It just means you're widening your own lens. You're adding more data, more color. It makes your own view of the world richer.
So, if we are committed to seeing more clearly, what are some practical, actionable steps we can take in our daily lives? How do we begin to consciously clean our own lens?
An excellent and vital question. A great starting point is the practice of mindfulness. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you have a strong reaction to something, instead of immediately acting on it, you can pause and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What past experience or belief is this touching? This simple pause can create a space between the trigger and your response, allowing for a more conscious choice in how you react.
So, if we're committed to seeing more clearly, what are some practical, actionable steps we can take in our daily lives? How do we begin to consciously clean our own lens? And that's the heart of our show, the Fibonacci Lens, seeing the patterns, depth, and meaning beyond the surface, adjusting the focus.
Exactly.
If this episode made you rethink how you see the world or other people, we'd love to hear about it.
And remember, the next time you find yourself in a disagreement, the world didn't change, your lens just did.